How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
And he's funny. He crosses first base, he's already given himself the safe sign.
On behalf of Principal Dan Petrino and Athletic Director Dan Ginder, we welcome you to Carroll High School, home of the Chargers. In the spirit of the sportsmanship, we ask that all fans act responsibly and courteously to those around you. Abusive language or disorderly conduct is unacceptable and not welcome at Carroll High School. Let's afford the student athletes, coaches, officials, and your fellow fans the respect they deserve. Your cooperation is appreciated. Carroll High School does not permit the use of noisemakers, flags, posters, or signs at student events. Thank you for complying with this policy. Tonight's game features the Chargers versus the Spartans of Homestead High School. Now for the starting lineups for the visiting team of Homestead Spartans. We have goalkeeper Riley Carroll. Number 3, Jonathan Haller. Number 5, Mason Cole. Number 7, Austin Johnston. Number 8, John Steiner. Number 10, Mark Slovan. Number 12, Daniel Masucci. Number 15, Alex Shepard. Number 17, Chris Gogos. Number 19, Alex Helzer. Number 22, Connor Williams. And now for your Carroll Chargers. Goalkeeper Demetrius Lee. Number 3, A.J. Thomas. Number 4, Noah Fleming. Number 7, Jack Raleigh. Number 8, Luke Unger. Number 10, Alex Anderson. Number 14, Colin Slaughter. Number 16, Connor Carr. Number 17, Derek Longenberger. Number 21, Alex Baker. Number 23, Max Baker. Would everyone please stand, remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem. Okay, it's not working at this time, so everyone will just say the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Good luck, gentlemen.
Well, that was good. Perfect world, I get 2 goals and get out of here.
Welcome to Carroll High School, ladies and gentlemen. SummitCitySports.com. I am Tim Atkinson, bringing you your play-by-play. Jeff Mahoney on the camera. We are at Carroll High School as the Homestead Spartans come into Charger Stadium to take on these Carroll Chargers, both 2A schools, both highly respected programs in the state, highly respected coaches. Coach Raleigh Clements on the Carroll side, and Mike Hauser, the head lead coach for Homestead. Homestead comes in 5-3-3 overall. Carroll comes in 8-2-2, ranked 12th in the state of Indiana by the Coaches Association. Homestead comes in ranked 19th in that same poll. So we're excited to be back here at Carroll High School. Always a great environment. A little something special here on a Monday night with band practice going in the far distance. Have a JV football game going on the left side of the pitch. So jam-packed campus here at Carroll High School as we get ready to start, and it will be Carroll with that kickoff. As I mentioned, these two schools very, very well coached. top level players, one-on-one skill, technical skill. Both skills still working on their form as they head into the end of the season and into the sectional draw. As we have a throw-in by Homestead. And that was Shepard, and we're still out to touch for the Spartans. As I mentioned, the Spartans, head coached by Mike Hauser. They come in 5-3-3. Just too heavy of a touch there for Alec Hauser, the sophomore, as that was Fleming, tried with the flick. Fleming is their potent goal scorer, as Baker put a nutmeg on Hauser, but dispossessed, turned over. Baker comes up with it. That's Alex Baker. Him and his brother, number 21 and 23. Alex is 21, Max is 23. Carroll has a very potent attack with Thomas and Fleming. You get either one out into space. Thomas loves to play Fleming into space in the attacking zone in the box. So it's going to be key for Coach Hauser's Spartan squad to keep their form and their line here in the back. But here come those two gentlemen as that's dispossessed by Homestead, and they come back on attack. That's Chris Gogos, the junior, filters back to his right back. And Alex Shepard tries to play the front ball to Holler, Jonathan Holler. Can't get it to him. Settles down at the foot of Hauser. Baker gets to that ball, and here comes Unger, who had a great goal last week against one of the best goalkeepers in the state, and Cameron Fox for Northrop. Went one-on-one with Cameron Fox on a good play in from his teammate. Cross him over right foot to left foot. Cam Fox hit the ground, and Unger put it back in the back of the net. That was to tie it up against Northrop, and that's what we ended. 50-50 ball, still rattling around. Here comes Gogos. Good move, step over, does it twice in a row. There's a highlight for you. Let's see if he can finish with the cross. Blocked out of bounds by Relu. That will be a corner, the first corner of the match. 36:58 to play. We do play two 40-minute halves. 10-minute halftime. So Homestead free kick. 5 grouped together there towards the top of the 18. That's Slovan making a fake run as the 6-1 bunches up here. That's Gogos. They go near post to Gogos. Gogos tried to flick it in on the volley. Cleared out by Carroll, and nearly a handball. Fleming. That's Sanderson. Homestead forming up their back four. Here's Baker. Just couldn't control that first touch and turns it over. That's deflected and into danger. Good shield by Fleming, back to Baker. Baker sweeps it nicely to Thomas. Thomas finds Sanderson. Sanderson's very strong on the ball, slips a bit. Here's Thomas, picks out a good ball like he normally does to Unger. Unger, fake to go towards the corner flag and ends up coming towards the middle of the pitch. Couldn't handle it from Baker. Thomas ends up with it. Will filter back to his right back in Longenberger. Longenberger's a junior defensive player for Coach Clements. No foul called on that as Unger possesses and is being battled on the far side by number 15, Alex Shepard. And he causes that throw in, deflected off Unger. Spartans trying to put it in attack. Holler. And that's going to roll out to touch. Still with Homestead. 35 minutes to play in the first half. Shepard will come up for the throw in. As Homestead looks to press up. Good ball, a little push, but that was Relu. Clever little back heel and turn the corner. Sticks with it. And that's going to go out to touch to Homestead. So good battle on the far side by Connor Williams, the sophomore. Showing the tenacity that the Homestead Spartans are known for. As Gogos will take a seat here early in the first half. It's going to be replaced by Samuel Muslik. Muslik does have 2 goals on the season. High goal scorer for the Spartans, Austin Johnson, their junior. As that comes in, and that will not hurt. Put any pressure on Demetrios Lee. Lee does have 49 saves on the season, 15 goals against. That is through 12 matches. On the other side, also senior, this one's a senior goalkeeper, and Riley Krull does have 8 goals against, 42 saves through 11 matches. Shepard take it over the midfield line for the throw. Relu smartly heads it out. Let his charge of defense regroup. Looks in for Holler. Holler being pressured by Schlatter. And turns it over to Relu. Relu look for the long ball to Fleming. Fleming's got very tricky speed. Sanderson puts it back into danger to Baker. Baker, he's going to leave it to Thomas. Thomas has Fleming in the box. Miscommunication there with number 23, Max Baker. I think Thomas went with the left-footed cross, threw it into the box, the far post, and Baker stopped his run. Carroll keeps possession, looks to keep the pressure on. Thomas, nice dribble, left foot shot, blocked, settles down to Hauser, and had space, no reason to get rid of it that quickly. Here comes Carroll back on the attack. Baker, Baker. He's gonna filter back through Schlatter. Schlatter look for Baker. Relu, nice touch to keep it in play. Unger, give and go with Baker. And that was read by Mason Cole, the junior. Mason Cole saw that give and go the whole way there with Baker and Unger. That's chested down by Fleming, laid back to Unger. Unger, right-footed fake the cross, comes to top to Thomas. Thomas, Schlatter, Thomas, and picked off by Shepard. Here comes Connor Williams, trying to lead Holler, and does. And just a bit heavy because he had Muslik streaking, but he will possess. Taking on the defense, left the ball for a minute, tried to nutmeg. Longenberger was up for the task there. Left-footed shot. Holler thought about deflecting it, but wasn't sure exactly where he was on the pitch. That's going to be a save, as that could have been near, that was near post. Schlatter looked for the long ball nicely to Thomas, but Thomas couldn't handle it. Baker tried to track it, cleared out by Homestead. Big boot by Connor Carr, the sophomore, who does have 2 goals on the season. As I mentioned, the high goal scorer for the Carroll Chargers is Noah Fleming, 14 goals on the year. Fouled there by Luke Unger, who has 5 goals. And even more impressive, the 6 assists that he has through this 2015 season. Baker looked to head it to Alex Baker. Relu got the left foot on it. Unger tried to touch it, but that's going to be knocked out by Shepard. 30 minutes to play. In this first half, we are at Carroll High School, SummitCitySports.com, brought to you by Parkview Hospital. Sanderson tried to pick out Thomas. Carr trying to stay with him step for step, and does, as he was being pressured by Muslik, who's put some pressure on the defense since his substitution. Free kick for Homestead. A couple yards over the half-field line, and that's going to be too much. And Lee will have to make a play on it. Good quick throw out. Has nice control by Longenberger. Has Baker. Baker keeps control. Picks out Unger nicely. Unger has space. He's dangerous. Fakes it. Comes back to Sanderson. Sanderson leaves it to Baker. Baker strong on the ball. Back out to Unger. Unger to 18. Look to come into number 23, Max Baker, and that's going to be cleared out smartly by Hauser. That was an outstanding run out of his defensive end by Derek Longenberger, the junior, number 17. Basically one-man fast break, to put it into basketball terms. Took on the defense and made the defense into attack extremely quick. As if you're hesitant on a 50-50 ball with Fleming, he'll take advantage on you, and that time almost got to it before Mason Cole could play it. 28 minutes here in the first. Cole will take that free kick on the foul by Fleming. Out to Unger. It's a great walkover move by Unger. Comes back to Relu. Relu. Carroll is going to filter back to Lee. Let's go same side. Schlatter trying to pick out Sanderson, and does. Being pressured by Sloven. Finds Baker. Alex Baker. And that's a good through ball to Fleming. Fleming. He's got help with Baker. Just couldn't find the space to get it to him. Cleared out by Homestead. Also had Kuba Olsik here on the near side, subbed in. Who's a dangerous player here on the right back slot. Number 11 in white. He was streaking here near post, but good pressure defense as Homestead tries to break out their attack. And Muslik, but there was the Carroll defense, and extremely good play ball out to Olsik. That was played by Schlatter, Colin Schlatter, the junior. Sanderson just couldn't control that touch as Sloven takes it, and he's going to come out of the backfield and produce the attack. Hauser taking on the defense, crosses it in. Spartan player at the top of the box, tried to flick it in, but there is Lee. Unger and Carroll trying to keep the pressure on. Sanderson has Olsik streaking, and he's been open since he's came in the pitch, as he's a crafty player. Olsik's going to filter back here to Longenberger. Keeps possession, turns on the defense, and just too heavy on the play to Noah Fleming. Muslik, ooh, picks out a good parset there, and Connor Williams, but Demetrius Lee comes out with the feet, just a step outside the box. Nicely played by the junior goalkeeper, Demetrius Lee. Olsik, right-footed cross, far post, trying to pick out. And the crowd was calling for a foul on the far side. I think that was Unger. Took a spill. No foul called, but that's what I was mentioning about Kuba Olsik coming out of the defensive end. Great cross to the far post. Just couldn't get it on the head of Unger. 25 minutes to play in this first half. 0-0. Carroll hosting Homestead. Battle of two A schools Independence. Unger and Cole on that 50-50 header. I think both of them hit more of each other's body than they did the ball. Came down and now rolls out the touch to Carroll. Both teams with chances here through the first 15 minutes. Cole takes a spill, but that was definitely not a foul. Good no call. There's Baker. Baker trying to pick out Sanderson, but headed out. That was a saver there for Matsuik, Daniel Matsuik, as he'll track down his own header and just clear it out to touch. Heady play there by Daniel Matsuik, the senior, number 12. Carroll throws it into Baker. Relu. Look to pick out Sanderson, I believe. Falls down to Baker's feet, leaves it to Fleming. Fleming takes a shot with the right foot and just a foot left of that far post. Referee's gonna call it deflection. Gonna be a corner kick for Carroll. That'll be number 21, Alex Baker. Does have 2 assists on the year. We'll take this corner kick. Lots of movement in the box. Good ball played in, and that's Olsik with the goal. 23-12 to play here in the first half. Right-footed in-swinger came in from number 21, Alex Baker, but right there was number 11, Kuba Olsik, the junior, who headed it in just hard enough off the bounce. Had the keeper, Riley Cruel, beat. Last defender, couldn't see who it was, but he was on the goal line, just couldn't leap high enough to get a flick on it with the head. Went top left corner, and that's our first goal of the match. Kuba Olsik played in. Nicely by Max Baker. That's a two-man play there. One's not possible without the other. Played in right at the top of the penalty area. So, Olsik's not a very big kid, but always seems to find space in that penalty area. As Homestead, that's a deflection, going to go off Carroll. Out. Okay, and they're going to say that was deflected off of Homestead, so that will be a goal kick. Just had a feeling that number 11, Olsik, was going to break out since the beginning of his time here in the substitution role, as he normally is that first substitute off the bench for Coach Clements. And that's going to be directly hit out by Lee. Matsuik will come up and take the throw in. Long throw in. Trying to break out Mooslick, but that'll roll out to touch. Longenberger for Carroll. Throw in. Fleming tried to flick it and does to Baker. Baker tried to get the through ball back to Fleming, who he had nothing but greenery from him in front of him. As Connor Carr will track this down and smartly pops it up. Olsik may have gave away with a little bit of a push in the back, but Fleming has Unger. Sanderson, Baker. Schlatter will play it on the left side to Relu. Relu plays it right back to him. Gonna go long ball to Unger. That was timed perfectly by Unger. And Schlatter deflected. It'll come back down to Sanderson. Zachary Kinder into the match for the first time for Coach Clements. Fleming keeps possession. Here's Mooslick. tries to pick out, and that's a beautiful pass. Right foot, keeps possession, leaves it to Steiner, John Steiner. Go-Go, so play it to the right side to Shepard. Shepard. Shepard attacking the defense, takes it all the way into the box and will force the corner. Good attack out of the right back slot for Alex Shepard, number 15, the senior. 19 and a half to play. Second corner for Homestead. It'll be number 22, Connor Williams, the sophomore, will take the right-footed outswinger. That's 8 in the box for Homestead. That's going to go off the head of Mooslick and harmlessly over the end line for a goal kick. Demetrius Lee will take that goal kick. Just under 19 to play. 1-0 is your score. Carroll on top. That came at the 23rd minute. Carroll's first goal, corner kick of the match. Right-footed in-swinger by Alex Baker. Played it in off the head of Olsik, who netted it in the top left angle. As you see the skill by Unger. Back to Schlatter. Looked to pick out Fleming, couldn't get it to him, but Carroll still possess Unger. You can see he was expecting Fleming to make a run on that, did not, but they keep possession. Schlatter. They'll play back to Demetrius Lee. He's going to be pressured by Mooslick, who calmly lays it to counter Carr. Carr, smartly, loft pass. Longenberger, Carr. Nice turn by Carr, Fleming. Carr putting nice pressure on as they try to pick out Unger on the through ball that Sanderson picked off beautifully by the Spartans. Here comes Gogos. He can stop on a dime. Can Chris Gogos, number 17. Lee will clear it out of danger. Gogos try to chest it down and does. Here's space at the top of the 18 for Homestead. Gogos will take the ground shot, and that will be saved easily by Demetrius Lee, the junior. Did come into tonight's match with 49 saves on the year, 15 goals against. Fleming always just seems to be there on those air balls. Always seems to read that ricochet or deflection and comes up with those balls. Unger. Here's Relu. He's going to play it back to Unger. Unger set that up. And went with the left-footed cross. Baker's there and put in the back of the net by Olsik. I'm telling you, he finds space. Ball played in nicely by Unger with the left foot. Baker was there, missed it, but two Carroll Chargers as Olsik was the last line and booted it in the back of the net. We're at 2-0. Carroll on top of Homestead. Carroll and Coach Clements got to be extremely happy with this first half, as their big, part of the big problem here over the past couple weeks has been that last connection and, getting that 2/3 of the way down the field and not getting that last connection to put it in the back of the net. So Coach Clements has to be happy with Kuba Olsik and his team overall, as they constantly are putting on pressures. Here they come again. Fleming just barely missed that. So that's going to be played out to Steiner. Gogos. Shepard. Go-Go's. Go-Go's. Good cut. Steiner. Right back in Shepard. Good touch. And 50-50 ball played out by Schlatter. So once again, another goal for Carroll on a beautiful pass into the box. Shepard. Reliu got the foot up in time to knock it down to his teammate, number 15, Connor Hoot, the junior midfielder. Lee is going to play it back to Schlatter. It's Hoot. Plays it back. Longenberger. Try to go to Sanderson. Dispossessed by Go-Go's. Go-Go's has a teammate, Matsuik. Matsuik tried to flick it in, I think, to Steiner. Couldn't get it to him, but it rolled out. There's Hege. Hoot. Kinder. Plays it back to Schlatter. Schlatter so calm on the ball under pressure. It's to Reliu. Fleming. Colin Schlotter's going to play it back to Connor Carr. Excuse me. Good back four form by Homestead. That go around by Austin Johnston, who does have 3 goals for Coach Hauser Spartans here on the season. Good defensive recovery on that far side by Connor Hoot, but that's going to be kept here in the attacking end. And just one too many touch, but that will come down to Go-Go's. That was read by Olsig, showing you the defensive prowess as well. Longenberger, you can see him feel out his offensive player there and just take it away. But Kege, who trying to track him down, turns him back to Shepard. Shepard tries to turn. Hoot knocks him off his line. Shepard still keeps possession. Right-footed shot, and Lee with the save. So 13 minutes to play. We'll stay at 2-0
Kuba, we got something for you.
on the missed shot.
Face up, base.
But that was a good save. Lee had to be there. First real good opportunity for Homestead, in my opinion, as Carroll has been in charge here of this match here in the early going through the first, or about 30 minutes done with this first half. As Olsik will take a seat. So he's getting a lot of love here in on the sideline from his teammate by putting these 2 early goals in for his Charger squad. Steiner for Homestead, surveys the pitch and couldn't get it through Sanderson. Go-Go's pressured. Those midfielders for Coach Clement's Chargers so strong on the ball with Baker, Sanderson, throw Thomas, Fleming. There's very strong on the ball. See that with these good programs, as we have many in this state, that is for sure. A.J. Thomas has the defense backpedaling. Thomas goes right past Shepard. Gonna lay it back. Thomas will regain it. Here's Schlatter. Schlatter and Kinder playing keep away. Try to pick out Unger. Settled by Hege. Mooselet can't grab it. Carr tried to pass it out. That's number 12, Jared Badgley. Badgley being pressured by Go-Go's. And that will go out to touch to Carroll. 10:50 to play in the match. We're at Carroll High School, sun setting behind us. Beautiful stadium and campus. Baseball field right across on the other side of the press box, across the pitch. Football field to the left side of the pitch with the JV game going on right now as Carroll JV is hosted the Snyder Panthers, I believe. Yes, they are. Looks like Snyder's up 13-7 over the home Chargers there. Band practicing in the field yonder behind us. And here comes Fleming. Fleming, what's he gonna go? Left-footed chip shot and just slipped as he went for the shot. Saw the keeper and Riley Cruel come off his line a bit. Fleming kind of got the wide eye syndrome and went with the chip shot, but slipped as he was contacting the ball and pressure. It just went far left of the bar and high wide. So we stay 2-0. Carroll on top. Homestead. Good one-on-one play by Connor Williams. And bumped out, but that will be a corner for Homestead. Really need to do something, does Coach Hauser Spartans. At least put it on goal, make the goalkeeper, Demetrius Lee, sweat a little bit. As Go-Go's will head to the far flag for the right-footed outswinger. We had 8 players in the box for Homestead. Steiner tried to flick it in. That's Alex Shepard. He'll go far side. Go-Go's taking on Hoot. Go-Go's with the left-footed cross and almost connected with the diving head of Samuel Muslick, trying to get his 3rd goal on the year. But good pressure. That's what I'm talking about. Homestead needs to connect in the last third on the pitch to put the pressure on Carroll. Carroll right now feeling so comfortable here on the field. So Homestead needs to continue to keep the pressure and let the Chargers know that they're not going to give up and they're going to be in this match until that final horn. Headed up by Mason. Flicked on by Matsuik. 50-50 ball. Steiner gets just enough of it to Muslick, but Muslick did not see Kinder. Comes back to Shepard for Homestead. It's a good read on the pass by number 12 and Badgley. Here's Kinder, surveys, comes back to Connor. Carr. Carr is going to play it up top here to Thomas. Thomas has Unger. Unger, look at that outstanding piece of technical skill in the midfield by Luke Unger, and then finalizes it with a great pick out on switching the pitch as Baker takes the shot, and Cruel with good position. Takes it off the chest, lays it at his feet, boots it out. So Baker with a nice shot.
Come on, Kinder. Nice, Cole. Nice, AJ.
Unger. Thomas has an uncanny ability to split the defense. He just sets up 2 defenders so nicely with his previous couple dribbles. And it's going to be a foul called on number 6 in Homestead and Swiatkowski, Adam Swiatkowski. He's a senior, does have 2 goals for Coach Hauser. Good ball by Schlatter, put it into danger. Was trying to pick out Baker. That's Suick. That's going to roll out to touch for Carroll. Baker back on the field. Does have an assist in the match. That's number 24, Diego Morales, the senior, in the match for Carroll. The throw in. Morales tried to leave it for Baker, but picked up by Mason. Good head. Here comes Thomas. Thomas, once he's got that space, he's going to go right past his defender. Now this is where he's dangerous with picking out an offensive player, but that time the defense was up to par. This hit by Mason. Good hustle by number 6 in blue. That's Adam Swiatkowski to keep it in play, and then tried to release his offense in Holbrook, but picked up nicely by number 12, Jared Badgley, who takes that defense right into some offense. Connor Hoot, give and go with Baker. Defended by Shepard and cleared out. And picked out an offensive player, Mark Slovin. Here come the Spartans. Gogos. He loves to attack. Gogos lays it off smartly. Swiatkowski looking for the cross. Closed out and cleared. That's number 19, Kobe Harder for Carroll. That was pressured by Morales. Look for the left-footed corner. Comes in, but we have a whistle. We have an offside on the play. Offside on Homestead. Free kick coming Carroll's way. 4 minutes to play here in the first half. Carroll on top 2-0 over Homestead. These are both 2A schools. Homestead came into tonight's match 5-3-3 overall, ranked 19th in the state of Indiana by the coaches poll. Carroll Chargers came in tonight's match 8-2-2, ranked 12th in that same coaches poll. Outstanding players on both sides, and you can see it with these programs when they sub in. You know, the likes of Bishop Dwenger, Carroll, Homestead, Canterbury High School. Northrop is, boy, they're up and coming with outstanding keeper that they have in Cameron Fox. Check out their YouTube channel, SummitCitySports.com. So this led to a goal. This same lineup here, just under 3 minutes to play. That's Baker with the right-footed in-swinger. Has Baker and Thomas on the goal line. That's going to come in. Unger just all over the head of Unger. Rolled out and tried to be cleared. Morales just got a foot on it, but Gogos is going to come get it. Gogos. This is where he loves to cut on a player, come back to his left foot. Gogos stays with the right, deflects, off Carr. Lays it smartly to Connor Williams. Nutmeg Morales did Swiatkowski, and not sure if he was going at a goal there, but either way. Yes, Coach Clements and the Carroll Chargers got to be feeling out, very well with the outcome so far here in the first half. Minute and a half to play. 2-0 your score. 2 goals by the junior Cooper Olzig, a header and a volley, as they look to get some revenge and some redemption. And the first time they faced off, that was on September the 5th. In the Carroll Classic, as Carroll were beat 1-0 by Homestead. So looking for a little redemption here for the Chargers. So far they're moving and grooving here. 2-0, minute to play here in the first half. Unger tried to leave it to Morales. Picked off by Matsuik. Harder, as Coach Clements getting some nice minutes for his subs here in the first half. The starters are going to be pretty fresh think Thomas maybe, no, Thomas did get a sub as well. So I think Lee was trying to play his dad out there or parent out there in the stands. Has just cleared it out with 30 seconds. Just had to make sure. Good chance to play it back in. Morales with the slide tackle. I think advantage was played by the referee. It was. He may go with the yellow on that, you never know. But Morales and Baker, 2-on-1. Baker just lost, Morales just lost control for a second. Baker couldn't get to it on that 50-50 ball, but picked up. And that's going to be the end of the first half. So we are at 2-0. Carroll on top of Homestead. We'll take a short break and join you for this second half. Welcome back here to Carroll High School. Carroll on top of the Homestead Spartans, 2-0. Getting ready to start the second half action. Boys varsity soccer, Fort Wayne, Indiana. This is SummitCitySports.com, brought to you by Parkview Hospital. Jeff Mahoney on the camera. I am Tim Atkinson, giving you the play-by-play and color on tonight's match. Check us out, subscribe to our YouTube channel, drop us a line, give us any feedback as we try to cover two soccer matches, a volleyball match here and there. Out there, three games every Friday night. This will continue into the basketball season, so let us know if you have any thoughts or have a team that you want us to come out and check out. Drop us a line, send us an email. T. Atkinson at SummitCitySports.com and J. Mahoney at SummitCitySports.com. So we're getting ready to start the second half. Kickoff will start with Homestead Spartans. Coach Hauser had his team, had their attention on this near corner flag there at halftime, as they were listening intently as he was doing his coaching. So they come out and need to put the pressure on Carroll right off the jump. Definitely cannot give up an early goal here in the second half against this potent Charger offense. Demetrios Lee, the big boot. He's just a junior, ladies and gentlemen, so he'll be back for Coach Clements next year. That's going to roll out to touch. Homestead, Shepard will take the throw. Here comes Homestead, right-footed, and couldn't get it into the box. Looked like Mooslick at the top of the penalty area, but just couldn't play it in. Good number 7, Austin Johnston. Shepard into Steiner. Gogos picked off by Baker, and Baker had space. That was 21. Alex Baker had space, but got it out of there. Unger finds Sanderson. Sanderson regains his balance, has Fleming, and cleared out to touch. That's a smart play by number 12 in blue, Daniel Matsuik. We have 38 minutes to play in this match. 2-0 your score, Carroll on top. What a throw to Sanderson, looking to cross it in to Baker. Baker with the right-footed boot and can't put it in. Far right of the post. Good attack, though, by the Chargers. Looking to get that 2-goal lead out to 3. A little more cushion. A real good chance to start off the second half for Carroll. Unger Tries to pick out Fleming, does. Fleming with the heavy first touch. Nice cross, the right-footed boot. Has Thomas. Thomas, left-footed gather, and crosses it in nicely to Unger, and he's onside. Beautiful play. Mark it down for another assist for A.J. Thomas and another goal for Luke Unger. Outstanding play, as you could see it coming from the Charger offense here through the first 3 minutes of the second half. Worst case scenario for Coach Hauser. Down 3-0 in the early going of this second half. What a play. That was all the way from Fleming picking out the cross to Thomas. Thomas with the quick pass into the box, and Unger was there for the volley. Carroll up 3-0. There's Connor Carr, tries to play it out to Baker. Chested down by Williams, finds Gogos. Gogos tried to nutmeg Relyu, but Relyu there to knock it out. Shepard come over for the throw-in, trying to release number 7, Austin Johnston, who has 3 goals on the year. Here's Gogos looking for the right-footed cross, needs to get it into the box, cuts it back to the left, back to the right. Right-footed cross, and that's going to go out over the end line, knocked out by Schlaughter. Will be a corner for Homestead. Connor Williams, the sophomore, will head to the far flag for the right-footed outswinger. That's Gogos at the top of the penalty area. Ball comes near post, and that was headed by Slovan, but far right of the post will be goal kick, Carroll. They lead 3-0. We're at Carroll High School. Great night here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Great breeze as the sun sets behind us. JV football game going to the left of the pitch with band practice still going on. They'll still be practicing as we leave. They were definitely here playing. You could hear them as I was setting up the camera. They were already practicing. I guarantee you they'll be here when we leave. So a little shout out to the band of each one of these schools, all the schools in Fort Wayne, Indiana in band season. Homestead trying to put some pressure on the Charger defense. Thomas and Gogos battle. Gogos gives a little shove, gets enough on the ball. Gogos look for Steiner and cleared out by Schlaughter. Throw in for Homestead. 35 minutes to play in the match. Picks out Johnston. Johnston lets it bounce, crosses it in, and I think that's an own goal there by number 17, Derek Longenberger. The cross came in for Mooslick, but went off the knee of Longenberger. 3-1 is your score now. Homestead with a little bit of life. Back here in the match. There's Thomas, finds Baker. Baker cuts it back to the right foot, leaves it back for Alex Baker. Sanderson. And that was number 21 with the right-footed boot, Alex Baker. Tried to notch his 3rd goal of the year, but there was the keeper. Riley Cruel all over it. Mooslick wasn't sure where his help was, just headed into the attacking end. But there's Demetrius Lee. 34 to play, 3-1. Your score, Carroll on top. That own goal was produced, though, by the outstanding play on this near side by Chris Gogos, putting the pressure on the defense with the right-footed cross. So there's Relyu. Fleming. Back to Relu. Baker. Fleming. Fleming is going to switch it. Longenberger. Try to find Unger. Picked off by Homestead, and here they come. Look for Mooslick. Connor Carr stepped in that passing lane and possesses. Now taken away by Homestead. Here's Mooslick on the breakout. Carr trying to pressure. Has Johnson with him. But that's about it for Homestead. Needs some more help in the attacking end. As Mooslick taken on the defense. Just one too many dribbles. But had really no one to pass it to in blue. There's Fleming. Surveys the field. Has Thomas. Gogo's trailing him. And Gogo showing the speed. Getting to that ball, but he may just swept it out for a corner. He did. 32.5 to play. Carroll corner. Up 3-1. That's Thomas. Will take the left-footed outswinger. Baker right outside the penalty area with Sanderson, and Fleming making a near post run. Tries to head it, can't get to it. Unger came out of nowhere and got a right toe on it. Almost put it on net. But we'll stay 3-1. 32 to play here in the match. In the game, Jared Badgley had some great minutes for Coach Clements in the first half. It's Derek Longenberger come out for a rest. Headed up by Thomas. Back to Relu.
We're got a 2-goal lead, and you're up there, and there's a goal.
Here comes Thomas down the left sideline. Look for the cross, and that's deflected out for a corner. So another corner for Carroll. Thomas will go to the flag to take the kick once again. Here comes that left-footed outswinger. Fleming takes that run to the near post. That's off Baker's head. Looked like it deflected off a Spartan player, but that will be called a goal kick. So nothing came out of those pretty much back-to-back corners for Carroll. They still lead 3-1. Like that run that Fleming has, that near post. He can either flick it back to Baker with Unger hanging back and Sanderson on the far side in case the ball goes through. So it's a good look they have on their set piece off the corner. Schlatter gets to it just a bit quicker than Johnston on that ball. Relu, good tactical play. Ball out to Baker. Baker, that's a chest pass. If you haven't seen one, that's what it is right there. AJ Thomas back to Relu. We'll play back to Schlatter, who barely got to it. Mooslick. And there's Fleming, who shielded it off Matsuik. Looks like he took a knee kind of to the back, lower back maybe, as Fleming went down immediately, but he'll be all right. One of the toughest soccer players you'll see. You don't see this European epidemic here in this state of Indiana in boys or girls soccer. Players go down, it's for a reason. No flopping. As here comes Schlatter. Right-footed free kick into the box. Headed out by Cole. Finds Steiner. Steiner has a lot of space. Tries to pick out Mooslick, but Schlatter's there to close out. Matsuik. Look for the cross. Decides that's a good pick out to Steiner. Good ball. Left it for Gogos. Gogos, right-footed shot, blocked by Thomas. Still with possession for Homestead. Steiner, lots of space for these Homestead Spartans. As the holes are starting to open up in the defensive third for the Chargers. Not sure if the constant pressure by Gogos and companies worn him down, but here comes Carroll right back on the attack. Fleming, look at the speed. Cross it over to the left foot, shot, and just over the crossbar. Such class, though, on the ball. Knew exactly what he wanted to do. Stopped on the dime. Crossed it back to the left foot, went with the shot just over the crossbar. Good attacking play there by Carroll and Fleming. You give him a little bit of space, he'll break out on you. It's Baker. They'll push in the back on Steiner. Not called. 50-50 ball, and that was Sanderson taking control of it, but Johnston gets to it. There's Baker. Baker, nice drag move to the, trying to get it to the corner. Still keeps possession, tries to get it to Fleming. Fleming and Cole battle. Fleming takes control, looks for a foul. Olsik tries to get to that 50-50 ball. Carr does that one. Sanderson leaves it. Badgley and loft ball to Relu. Olsik tried to settle it at his foot, but bounced down and he'll regain possession as he slips down. As Gogos had a little push in the back, not called again, but it's been very consistent on that end by this referee. Shepard will look to take the throw in. Joe Hege on the field for the Spartans. Mason Cole, and just not heavy enough on that touch. Fleming was there. Cross it towards the end line. Right-footed cross, and back flick by Sanderson. Can't get it through. Cleared out by Homestead. Homestead clears it out smartly as Schlater and Relu will come to terms with who's getting the ball on that one. They'll filter back to Lee. Lee is going to look to boot it. Line drive shot. Headed back into the offensive end, but Relu will knock it out to touch. Olsik tried on the save. Quick throw in out to Johnston. Johnston being defended by Schlatter. Schlatter knocks it out. Quick throw in over the shoulder of Schlatter. Finds Steiner. Taken away by Carroll. That was a 50-50 ball going off Olsik. Shepard to throw in. Quick one to Johnston. That stayed in. Good play by Johnson. Johnson right-footed cross. Carr, it's a little too cute on that touch. Picked up by, that was an outstanding play by Hege, freshman. Went with the right foot. Almost caught the keeper. Almost caught the keeper Lee off his line, but that was some classy play on top of the ball at the top of the 18. Comes in, and that's headed just far right of the near post. That was Steiner. So Homestead putting the pressure on here over the last 5 or 6 minutes. That goal really did breathe some life back into them. They're down by 2 goals. 3-1 is your score. Carroll on top. This is the 12th ranked team against the 19th ranked team as Lee mishit that one, and that will ride out. Gogos looks to quickly throw it into Johnston and does. Olsik plays it right back to Gogos. Gogos tried to kick it out, and that will roll out to touch. Shepard with the throw. Into Williams. Relu needs to clear it out. Smartly does. And that went off a Homestead player. Throw in for Carroll. 24 minutes to play here in the match. We are at Carroll High School. They are hosting the Homestead Spartans. Homestead coached by Mike Hauser. Carroll Chargers coached by Raleigh Clements. Sanderson will get to that ball, laid it to Baker. Baker to Baker, has Olzig overlaying on the run. Tried for the give and go, but Olzig went down. He's got 2 goals, the 2 early goals for Coach Clements, as that will be a goal kick. Goal kick for Carroll. Excuse me, for Homestead. 23 to play, 3-1. Carroll on top. JV football game came to an end here left of the pitch. Carroll took the win over Snyder in that one. But what do you know, the band is still practicing behind us. Shepard looking to throw it in for Homestead, as we're going to have a substitution on the pitch. Josh Holbrook on for Gogos. Gogos getting that last break of the match before he comes in for the last run for his squad. Olzig tried to leave it to Relyu, but that's great play by the sub, Holbrook. Cross comes in, the top of the 18 headed out by Badgley. Olzig looked to clear it out, put back into danger by Mason Cole. Cole out to Diaz. That's to Ben Diaz. He's a freshman. Does have a goal on the year. That's dispossessed by Carroll and Unger. Tries to pick out Fleming, and Fleming does get to it. To Baker, give and go, and there's the speed once again on display by number 4, Noah Fleming. Ladies and gentlemen, he is just a junior class outstanding for Coach Clements. Fleming with 14 goals on the year. Lee with the boot. Sanderson couldn't control it, as Relyu, no nonsense, will pop it out.
Connor, if it's back, you're down.
Rattles around. Iggy.
Protect the ball.
Unger plays it back to Relyu. Sanderson has Olzig. Turns it. Goes back other side, switches the pitch to Unger. Unger trying to corral it, and does. He's taking on Matsuik.
That's you, Josh. That's you, Josh.
Badgley. Look to do a little flick pass to Unger. Miscommunication as Matsuik looks to throw in quickly, but we do have a substitution here on the pitch. Mark Slovin, the junior, will head in and replace Connor Williams, the sophomore. Ball comes in to number 9, and Diaz. It's Olzig. Flicked on by Johnston, but no one there making a run. Goes back to Lee. Homestead bench here on the near sideline. Very vocal with their team out here on the pitch as Lee busts another one. That may come right out as well, as Olzig couldn't get to it. Good throw in once again as they pick out Johnston quite a bit on this near sideline on the throw-ins. Fleming tried to leave it back to Sanderson. Steiner picks out Hege. Good closeout defense by number 12 and Josh Badgley. Excuse me, Jared Badgley. Throw in, Homestead. Tried to find Hauser, couldn't get it to him. Left out near side. Here it comes, Olzig, and that's just heavy of a touch. As he had plenty of space if he could just corral it a couple touches. As that's going to be thrown directly out by Shepard. Out to touch for Carroll as Thomas will head back on the pitch. Will replace number 12, Jared Badgley. And Olzig will head back and play the right back slot. So not only the 2-time goal scorer in the match, Coach Clements can move Kuba Olzig all around that defensive back 4, especially the left back, right back slots, as Relyu with the throw in. Thomas toes it down. There's good body control by Thomas. It's him and Fleming. So quick with the ball and off it, but another substitution as Gogos will hit back on the pitch to finish this match out. Got that rest I was talking about to finish off this match. Johnston picked off by Thomas. Fleming tried to get it to Baker, couldn't. Sanderson, Unger breaking out, and he's going to release Sanderson, but there is Riley Cruel. Riley Cruel, so smart, comes off his line, plays that ball, and now will boot it out over the midfield line. Right at the edge of the semicircle. Headed back by Schlatter, flicked over by Baker. Unger tried to get ahead on it, couldn't. Falls down to Higgy. Finds Johnson, no, lets it through. That's Connor Williams. Left foot, shot, goal! Left-footed bender by number 20. That's the sub, excuse me, not Connor Williams. That's Josh Holbrook. Cutting it down to a 1-goal deficit lead for Carroll. Nicely done by Homestead. Cross came in, put in the back of the net. Off the left-footed bender by number 20, Josh Holbrook. So went with the left foot. We have a ball game here at Carroll High School. 3-2 is your score. It was 2-0 at the end of the first 40. Carroll came out with some hunger to start that second 40 here in the second half, and came out and Unger put in the back of the net to get that three-goal lead for Carroll. But now 2 unanswered goals for Homestead. Has Carroll a little nervous as Unger tries to take control, and look at the ball played. Here's Sanderson, Fleming, battling with Shep. Fleming gets it, that's Kinder. Kinder goes to Unger, Unger too heavy on the touch. Schlatter goes it to Baker. Baker smartly goes to Connor Carr. Out to Olzig as they make the Homestead defense travel a bit side to side as that ball's released all the way to Fleming. Has Kinder, cut it back, tugged down, not called on Slovin. Out to Unger, here's Kinder. Crosses it in, look to find Sanderson. Shoulder down by Unger and flicked out by number 19, Hauser. Cupped in, here's Olzig, putting the pressure on. Baker, excuse me, that's Sanderson. Moves it to Unger. Unger has Kinder on the near side. Baker surveys the field. Goes with the left foot, right-footed pass. Unger with the left-footed shot, far left of the post. 3-2. Carroll on top, 3-2 over Homestead. That's Williams in the match, along with Mooslick, rested as Steiner and Slovin take a rest. Headed back in by Kinder, volleyed back out by Shepard, flicked on by Gogos. Baker try to get it to Hoot. Hoot does corral it. Baker looks to release Sanderson, and cleared out by Shepard, and cannot be kept in by Holbrook, the goal scorer for Homestead. Sanderson. Ball falls down to Baker, plays it to Olsig. Olsig, right-footed pass to Fleming. Fleming couldn't get it to it, and Shepard boots it out, trying to release Mooslick as Schlatter got it caught up underneath his feet dangerously as Muslik tries to get it and almost does. Possessed, keeping by Schlatter, deflected by Johnston, picked up. And here's Holbrook. Holbrook, as he's being battled with by Relyu, no call. Muslik crosses it in and no one there. Right through the box that went for Homestead. No one there on the far post just to knock it in. 13.5 to play here in the match. 3-2 your score. Momentum on Homestead's squad. 2 unanswered goals here to cut the lead. 2-1. Ball comes down to Hege. Unger gets control of it. Sanderson picks out Hoot nicely. Hoot has some help and can't get it to Unger. Here comes Mason Cole. Mason Cole trying to release Johnston. There's Schlotter's head over the head of Gogos. And Sanderson dummied it beautifully on Shepard. Still possessed is Sanderson. Here's Kinder. Finds Baker. Alex Baker. The cut dribble. Kinder. Right-footed cross in. Relyu. Into Kinder. Gogos. Gogos loves having the ball and loves attacking downfield. Here's Johnston. Spin dribble. Left it for Gogos. Gives it for Williams. Tries to throw it into Muslik. Kneed up by Carr. And tried to head it but could not. Homestead wanted a handball. Was not granted. Shepard finds Williams. Holbrook. Just off the outstretched boot of Johnston. Schlatter clears it out. That rolls out to touch. Carroll possession. Longenberger back in the match. Olsik will come out. Olsik with 2 of the goals. The only 2 goals in the first half. We have 11.5 to play. Sanderson tried to get ahead on it. That's going to be tracked down by Unger, but couldn't corral it. Throw in for Homestead. 11.5 to play. 3-2 is your score. Carroll on top of Homestead. Relyu puts it back in the zone. Mason Cole looked to play it out. Fleming kept it in. Here's Shepard. Looks to pick out Johnston. Headed by Schlatter. Holbrook looks to settle it. Him and Kinder battle. Good no call by the referee as here's Gogos. Looked to flick it to Muslik, but Muslik knew he was offside and stopped his run. Lee with the big boot. Tries to find Fleming. Headed by Mason Cole. Unger. Pressure by Gogos. Kinder finds Fleming. Fleming. Baker. Good pass. Sanderson has Hoot. Picked out nicely. Hoot has Fleming and Kinder. There's Fleming. And pressured by Shepard. Closed out right at the last minute as Fleming made a run right down the center of the box, but just couldn't get enough of the header on the ball as he was closed down by Alex Shepard. It's a saving play there by the right back for Homestead. Fleming heads it up. Here's Kinder. Tries to flick it into Fleming. Fleming lets it bounce and headed by Mason Cole. Got a car. There's Gogos. Crushed by Baker. And no call. As it's getting ruthless. Right now is the motion starting to fly on the pitch. Cleared out by Longenberger. Out to touch to Homestead. 9 minutes to play, 3-2 your score. Carroll on top of Homestead. There's Hoot battling over on the far side. Will stay possession for Homestead, just under 9 to play. Good flick by Unger. And it's dangerous the way Homestead's playing right now and pushing all these players up because Carroll can release in a hurry, in a big, big hurry, as Lee will take that. Lee, big boot once again. Sanderson looked for the flick to Fleming. Fleming tried to cut it back. He's going to leave it to Kinder. Kinder. And just not a heavy enough pass. But that will be corralled by Schlatter, who throws it back in the offensive end. 8 minutes to play in the match.
Yes, good step, Colin. Hey, that's what we want, Colin. That's what we need.
3-2 your score. 8 minutes to play in this highly contested match here at Carroll High School. Battle of both 2A schools.
Coaches, I don't mind you guys being up. Can you get your players and everybody back? Thank you.
Two 2A schools here at Carroll High School. Carroll ranked 12th, Homestead ranked 19th in the state by the coaches. Ball's left. Steiner. Go-Go's. Has some help and space. Go-Go's look to flick it into Johnson. That's too heavy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting primed for a highly contested last 10 minutes of this match. Emotions already on edge as Schlatter heads it nicely. Shepard throws it back in. Connor heads. Schlatter boots it, clears it out. And substitutions on the pitch. Here's Slovin back in for Holbrook. Shepard. Flicked up by Kinder. Shouldered by Muslik. And cleared out by Schlatter. Smart play by Schlatter. No reason to mess around this late in the match. 6.5 to play. Relu heads it out once again, out the touch to Homestead. So Homestead slowly marching down the field. As that's going to be a call on Olsik for dragging down number 10, Mark Slovin. So we're going to have a free kick in a dangerous spot, dangerous area for Homestead as they'll put it in. As we'll have the free kick. Williams, right-footed out swinger. And nobody can get a head on it, but it falls down to Johnson's foot and booted out by Sanderson. Put back in the box by Homestead, and there is Lee. Longenberger wanted the quick throw out, but Lee wisely chose with the long ball. Hoot turns it over. Here's Steiner. Johnston. Carr tried to get a piece, but comes down to Go-Go's. Go-Go's trying to break out Slovin, headed by a Charger. Slovin closed down by Olsik, and that's a flop there and not called wisely by the referees. Mason Cole had some good time on the ball, but just picked out the wrong player. That's Fleming. Just got to it. Sanderson will run it down. See Sanderson just running out of gas. Olsik plays it to Kinder, and that's taken away right away by Go-Go's. Go-Go's has space. Has Steiner to his left, leaves it to him. Steiner surveys, closed out by Kinder, and that's cut back to the left foot by Muslik, and fell down, lost his footing. Cleared out by Carroll. 4.5 to play. Knocked out by Hoot. Out to touch to Homestead. 4 minutes to play in the match. Carroll on top, 3-2 of the Homestead Spartans. We are at Carroll High School, Fort Wayne, Indiana. SummitCitySports.com. I am Tim Atkinson, Jeff Mahoney on the camera. As Longaberger will round around that ball and clear it out. Comes back into Johnston, but just too high of a bounce. Schlatter takes control with the head. Here comes Sanderson. Sanderson and Sloven battle. Sanderson does possess. He's gonna, that's a good ball there to Connor Hoot, who has Fleming up. They just need to burn some time, do the Chargers. Wasting the time is just as important as another goal would be. As Steiner, that was taken away by Homestead. Look to pick out Mooslick. Schlatter flicks it. There's Gogos. Chris Gogos closed down by 2 Chargers. Here's Sanderson marking him. Here's Sloven. Sloven trying to fit a cross in. Can't. Here's Shepard. Shepard, Sloven. And that's going to go out to touch to Carroll. Subs on the pitch. Number 21, Alex Baker, back on the pitch for Carroll, and number 6, Swiatkowski for Homestead. We have 2:40 to play in the match. Carroll up by 1 goal.
Who's on 8? Who's on 8? Right there.
Schlatter with the long throw. Looked for Fleming, picked off by Shepard. Shepard looked for Swiatkowski. Johnston picked it up. Kinder flicks it out. And out to touch. 2:15 to play. Long throw into Johnston. Relu, shoulder to shoulder, and clears it out. 3-2 your score. Carroll on top of Homestead. In dangerous spot is Carroll as Gogos takes it. Has Shepard with him. Cross comes in, and that was Sloven. Tried to flick it on into the penalty area. Just couldn't get the right angle on the header. We'll go out for a goal kick. Minute 45 to play in this match. Boots it, does Demetrios Lee. And collision by Fleming and Mason Cole, as Fleming's shoulder, I think, went right into the chin of Mason Cole. Went down. And not sure if there was a foul called. There is a foul called. Mason Cole take the free kick as the clock was stopped. Mason Cole take the free kick, minute 24.
Kuba, get in.
Cole with the big boot into the box. Headed out by Schlatter. Over the head of Shepard. Leaves it to Matsuik, back to Shepard. Cleared out by Baker. Put back in the area by Cole. Sloven tried to get a piece of it, couldn't. Shepard tried to head it. We're at a minute. 1 minute left in the match. Unger smartly turns and throws it in. Homestead has to go here. Cole. And that's going to be released by Relu. Maybe just a bit much. 40 seconds to play here in this match. Carroll on top by 1 goal over Homestead. We'll have a goal kick. Swiatkowski boots it out. Looks for Sloven. Olsik heads it back in. 20 seconds on the match. Olsik heads it smartly. Back in. Need to hurry up, does Homestead. 10 seconds to go. Sanderson moves it to Relu, and that will be the match. Homestead came into Carroll Stadium and gave it a valiant effort, but just could not get that last goal to tie it up at 3. We'll hop down and get you some interviews. This is SummitCitySports.com. For Jeff Mahoney, I am Tim Atkinson. Thanks for joining us. Standing here with Kuba Golsik, came in off the bench, put 2 goals in for your Charger team. It ended up being needed with only the 1 goal win for you guys. Take me back through the goals. That first one, I believe, was the header, just in the right place at the right time, came right to the header and put it down on the ground. Take me through that first one.
Well, the first one was kind of a surprise for me, honestly. Didn't expect the smallest kid out there to get a decent head on it. Honestly, it was really needed, honestly. It was what we needed for sure, because a couple past games haven't been the best for us, so.
And the second goal came in on the cross, and again, it came right to you. It just kind of happened to be right there. It seems like you're always putting yourself in the right spot. Is that kind of a niche for you? Is that where you have come in thinking, hey, I got to find this area on the pitch to make my difference?
Yeah, well, the thing is that there's always space in the back post there, so I just got to find my space in there, and honestly, the ball mostly come to me there. I was really thankful that Max Baker kind of missed that one there, and easy goal for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Baker did miss that. Now you guys you played a huge game in a rival in Homestead. This doesn't mean anything in a conference. You guys aren't in a conference anymore. This is just more of confidence moving in towards sectionals. So what are you guys taking out of this match here, or you personally or the team, however you're looking at it right now, on moving out and into sectionals?
As a team, what we have to do is just keep playing as a team, because our second halves are progressively getting worse than our first half. Our first half was really good. We scored 2 goals that took us a really good lead. Homestead barely had the ball that first half, and then we scored that first goal, and then we started falling apart in the back. So I mean, that's what we got to work on the most, is just playing as a team, encouraging each other, and then possessing the ball, because everything that second half is a counter. So that's just what I think, honestly.
Awesome. Well, great match here tonight. Great insight. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great match. Standing here with Coach Hauser, obviously not the outcome you wanted this evening. That first half, you can't be very happy with your kids. I'm sure that second half, though, was a turning point for you. Was it something at halftime that was said, or a tactical thing that you did? Tell me about that.
We made some changes at halftime that we want to test and see what this group can do. We've only got 3 games left of the season, and we're going to have to come from behind and win some games. So we did change some things tactically, and it proved out in the second half. They came out and they played really hard. First half, we had a few errors and some things to work on.
Yeah, a lot of chasing there in the first half. The second half, it looked like you guys were more trying to dictate your pace. Seems like it really opened up a lot of space. Tell me about Gogos and what he means to your team as far as his pace. And he never stops. I mean, he's constantly side to side, end to end. Tell me what he means to your guys' squad.
Well, any squad needs a hard worker, and you know, Carroll's got some, others around the area have some, and Chris is one of ours, and we've got a couple, and Chris never stops the entire game, as you said, and winning those balls and executing the runs and starting the initial play up front is critical. I mean, he's 100% all the time.
Now, this game obviously doesn't mean anything towards a conference title or anything like that. It's more about getting your form right for sectionals and that sort of thing. What does it mean to you guys as a program to be independent this year, to be able to set your schedule outside and to do your travel, like going to Elkhart this weekend and such and forth?
It's been great for us. I mean, the last 4 games we play here are all against ranked teams. You know, this weekend we play another top 5 team and then another top 20 team all on the same day. So we've been able to schedule a Goshen, a Concord, an Avon, a Cathedral. We've been able to add those games as an independent. So it's been great for us.
Awesome. Well, good luck, and we look forward to seeing you guys in sectionals.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Gogos.
Sitting here with midfielder Chris Gogos. Obviously, as I was talking to Coach Hauser, not the outcome you guys wanted, but it's more about building here towards sectionals. I want to talk about your game personally, on your mindset on the pitch, as far as you're side to side, end to end. You never stop. You're constantly cutting guys back and with the dribble. Is it your goal as a player to constantly be that motor for your team?
Yes, you know, I have an issue with myself. If I'm not working hard enough, I'm hard on myself. You know, I give my all. And I expect it from my teammates too. You know, you give them your all, and they'll give you your all.
That's awesome. It couldn't be said any better. Tell me about what you're taking out here tonight. All right, you guys obviously didn't have a good 40 minutes of first half. That second 40 minutes was pretty good. Tell me what you're taking out here as a team to build towards these last 3 games here, moving into sectionals and making that run to state.
Well, it's something that we really don't want to keep in our minds, but you got to build from it. You got to learn, we can't have start out sloppy, first 40 minutes. We got to pick that up, learn, and just we got to leave this behind us and get that fresh start in our mind. Come to sectionals.
Awesome. Well, good luck in sectionals. Good luck the rest of the way getting ready for sectionals, and we hope to see you here in a couple weeks.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Sitting here with Coach Clements. Came out victorious here against another game Homestead squad. You guys play one after another on your schedule here. Tell me what you thought about tonight's game.
Well, I was more surprised that we were up 3-0 than we won by 1, because they're quality. Anytime you get Homestead Carroll, it's going to be 80 minutes, and it was that tonight. I told Coach Hauser, I'm just glad they didn't play the first 40 like they played those last 20.
There's no question about that. Now, with this being first year independent, this had nothing to do with the conference or anything like that. You guys got to freely schedule this year. Tell us about your guys' mindset as a school, as a squad, as a program on staying independent and scheduling these programs that you have this year.
Well, we want to play the best competition. We'll know in a couple of weeks when we get the sectional if it worked or not. But the guys, we feel like we can play with anybody. We're going to go up this week and play Goshen and Concord just like they are, and those are 2 top 20 teams. So that'll be 3 top 20 teams in a week. So
after this stretch here going into sectionals, you're going to have a real good gauge. But is it like anything you don't really know till you get out there to that first sectional, that first kickoff, what your team's going to bring, or is the preparation done once that happens?
Well, by then we can't really change a whole lot, and our sectional is going to be a load. I mean, Canterbury's obviously good, Northrop is good, Dwenger is playing well right now, and even Snyder on any given night can play. Right. So I mean, so we have work to do here.
Awesome. Well, good luck the rest of the way, Coach. Congratulations tonight on the victory.
Thank you.